Make me do it.
We're uploading this to uTorrent.
I have to you, Tori. I have so many that I need to post and I haven't. They require so little editing and I haven't done it yet.
Need to do it.
But
Oh, live.
I have them. Yeah, we are live. We're live right now. All right. Hey guys, welcome to the QuestCast. It's been a bit since we have done it last, but we are not done with it. We're not stopping. We're keep on keeping on. I'm Krackakhan. That's Bull Moose over there. Beardless Bull Moose.
Yep.
And today we're talking about childhood shows and stuff.
It does
Yeah.
not have to be a cartoon though.
It doesn't have to, but a lot of them are, because
It's cartoon.
that's what you watch when you a little
Well,
youngin.
That's what I watch now. Like 90% of the
Yeah.
TV shows I watch are cartoons.
Honestly,
still.
me too. I just watch like Adult Swim.
I watch a lot of South Park. South Park
I
is like
don't.
perfection.
I don't watch enough, but I did watch South Park when I was little, so that counts, right?
Well,
That
yeah,
can be
I
on the
was one
list.
of the very few kids in my school that was allowed to watch. Like, wasn't allowed, but my parents didn't care enough to not stop me from watching South Park.
I'm in
And
that boat.
I learned some things from South Park. Like, I really did. I owe them a
You
lot.
grow up fast. You learn some stuff.
Well, my insults were like top notch because of that show.
Me too. Like me and my cousin watched like Bigger, Longer, Uncut, the South Park movie, like 50 times in like one summer, and we had like the entire thing memorized. So we just go like on a long rant, like chaining together every cuss word in the entire movie.
Yeah, and like now that
pretty
I'm
good.
looking on it, I'm like, man, that's really terrible. But as a kid, I was like, we're so cool. We're
so cool.
adults.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you. That's your rite of passage.
Yeah, you just like learn to cuss through South Park, and then you hope to God you never slip up in front of your parents. Because I don't know about you, but my mom would put like a you hope to God you never slip up. Like it would go in your mouth if she caught you cussing,
Wow.
and you had
Really?
to sit there with it for like I don't know, probably it felt like forever, but it was probably like 3 minutes.
You were
But
risky.
yeah, well, I dropped my thing was I'm still bad at this. Like I can't control cursing very well. If I curse, I curse. If I don't, I don't. There's no times where I stop. So I think it was like a jar or something like that. I dropped it and it exploded, and I was like, well, F. And like my mom was like right behind. And
Just
she was
waiting there
like,
with that soap. Like,
she's like, all right. She's like bathroom, and then like a bar Irish Spring, man, just it's disgusting.
That's
I can
good,
still
though.
taste it.
Did it ruin Irish
smells
Springs?
good, but it tastes terrible.
Yeah, I know. But if anyone was gonna, if any soap was gonna go in my mouth, I think I'd prefer that one.
Yeah, Irish Spring's pretty good.
It's
But
pretty solid.
I'm trying to think of the first cartoon that was, or the first TV show that was like an obsession to me, and mine would have to be like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's how I was
Top
gonna
tier?
start it. What?
That's your top tier?
Dude, it's pretty up there. Like,
That's
like,
good.
granted, they've made some really terrible movies out of them. Not the original movies. The original movies are awesome. Turtles in Time's probably one of my favorite movies. But
Is that a
I was-
cartoon? Or the live? Which is the live
that was
action
like one of those weird. I think that's the one. It's not the one with Vanilla Ice in it. It's the one after the one with Vanilla Ice in it. But I loved the Ninja Turtles, and then Street Sharks were okay. They were like B tier though. They were not as good as the Turtles. They were cool though. I don't know. Turtles are top 5. There's a lot of TV. I watch cartoons like exclusively, so it's a pretty rough list
yeah.
for me to
I'm
be
thinking of
honest.
this 1990 movie. Which one is this? It's just Tina Mutant. Tina Mut. Why can't I talk English? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is what it's called in 1990, and I recognize it because I looked up the actor who was Casey Jones, and I don't know
Yeah.
who it is, but
Ooh,
he has a
Casey.
recognizable face.
Yeah, Casey Jones, dude that ran around with a hockey stick and just beat.
Yeah, I know.
He beat up Raph, right? Yeah.
He beat up
beat up-
everybody. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's super cool. But in Turtles in Time, he had no rule at all. He just stayed and hung out with Master Splinter. He was weak. But
It's disappointing.
Ninja Turtles stands out the most to me because I even watched like the new Ninja Turtle shows to a point. Even the live action like TV show that
Aren't they really
have,
awful right now?
they're not as good as they used to be. But you gotta stay loyal to the. You gotta be a loyal fan. That's how it goes with things.
Okay.
But that's the first one that stands out to me. What about you?
My favorite back in the day is probably Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That
It's
movie,
too good. That movie?
well, or not that movie. That show was like
It's
screwed up though. Like there was some
just
episodes that
enough, though. Just enough. A little bit.
I am the child to the right, Nerdy Blonde. I have went back in time 10 years, and this is High School Moose.
Hannah got you good.
She did get me good, but Courage, they had like I really enjoyed Courage as well, but the scary episodes, like I would toss and turn at night, like
That's
thinking
too
about
much
them.
for you?
Like, yeah, what was the one where
Which
the
one?
lady like she like sits and like I think it might be cries or something, and the wind's blowing her hair.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
I had a dream as a kid because I live in the Midwest and it snows sometimes and like pretty bad. Well, I went outside, like I peeked out my bay window to see if like school was closed because you could kind of tell if there's like an inch or like a couple inches of snow on the ground. Like we're not having school. I remember as a kid, I had a dream where I run out and I look, and it was just her looking into my bay window, just like I got so I knew I had a heart attack when I woke up. So that sometimes it scared me, so like
So
too
good,
much.
though.
It was really good.
That
but
Ramses episode with the tablet and the curses.
I'm
Return the slab or suffer my curse.
yeah, and then the naughty guy, like I was naughty. That
Oh,
guy,
yeah, the
scared.
barber, like Fred or something.
Dude, I
Yeah,
thought he was like a
but
killer.
I was naughty.
Yeah, there were certain episodes that were extremely messed
so
up.
good. Yeah, that one's too good. That's
It
my
was
favorite.
amazing.
I watched it all like during college. I just like binge watched the entire series again.
Well, and I'll say this too, like a lot of TV shows, and this is what happens to almost all of them at the end. They go like this. Like you'll have good episodes, bad episodes, and then all of a sudden they'll just be like 6 or 7 episodes are just terrible. They're not good at all, and then they finish it or something. They've run out of ideas. Courage was like always good.
Always top tier.
Yeah, I never thought of an episode as like poor or terrible or anything like that. So
The
definitely.
one I can think of that I don't like was like a Christmas one where it just played like the Nutcracker music the whole time, and they like had a little adventure where they were running from rats in like a junkyard.
Yeah, I like that one, but
You
I can
liked
understand
it?
why you didn't like it. Well, it's because it didn't feel quite like Courage.
It didn't have any
wasn't like
talking
an actual
in it.
Courage
It was
show.
just the Nutcracker.
Yeah, I can understand that.
It's too many cracked nuts for me.
That's reasonable. But yeah, Courage. One thing, it like stayed good. It definitely didn't dip down into where it was bad or there was like really weird like story
It's really
arcs or
good the
anything
whole
like
way.
that. And it was also like a very simple show. They live in the middle of nowhere. Like weird stuff happens in nowhere. Like
Wait, the
I think-
Tower of Doctors are Lost. That was a good one.
what was that?
Where he has those like cannon. It's that doctor has those like unhappy cannonballs that he fires and makes everyone unhappy and stuff.
Yeah, that's weird. They are weird concepts in that too. Weird but good.
So good.
Yeah, I remember the duck one was really good.
The
That one
alien
was
duck
like-
ones.
Yeah, like there
Yeah.
was a little bit like more of a what would be the word for it? A carefree episode. Not quite as bad. It was bad, but it wasn't like super creepy to the point where like you're gonna lose sleep over. But I'm gonna say this: 90s TV shows were the scariest things on earth. Like, if you can go back and watch them now, and they're still pretty terrifying. Like, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Mhm.
That show is legit creepy. JonTron did an episode where he watched a couple of them, and I was like, these scared me super bad as a kid, and like they're pretty creepy as an adult too. And it was like you had to graduate, like you had to go from Goosebumps to Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like, there was a process to it.
Yeah.
And the episode that scared me the most was the one where he takes the clown's nose and like it keeps following him, like the clown's following him around, like wanting its nose back. God, that scared me. I was terrified of clowns for years after that.
I'm gonna have to watch those again. I don't even remember all of them.
I would suggest buying them on Amazon, but I do know that they have them on YouTube as well. But yeah, super scary show. I did the same thing. Like my first year of college, I was like, oh well, like all my homework's done. It's like Saturday night. I don't have like a social life, so let's just watch every episode of this while we can. And I probably watched like 30 episodes, and that like it was ridiculous. But great show. I like the Goosebumps books way more than I liked any TV show. But the Goosebumps show,
It was
they
pretty
like
good.
it was good, but they definitely knocked down the scariness. Because I remember as a
Yeah.
kid, like they were like get your heart going. You're like, oh god, what's gonna happen? Night of the Living Doll. But then
I like
the
that
like,
one where like she wears those like Halloween masks and then it like changes her face or something.
God, it scared me. Yeah, like it stuck to her face. She's like, I can't get
Yeah.
it off. I can't breathe. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
terrifying.
Or
The
what's that one with the thing in the basement? Like the plant thing?
Yeah, that
It's
was a
like
good one
replaces
too.
the dad or something.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
I forget
Uh,
what it's called.
the monster one where the twist at the end is like the parents are monsters. That was a good one. Where the librarians like eating the crickets and stuff like that. That's scary.
Hmm.
That was a
Was there a
wild.
Say Cheese and Die? Is that only a book or they do a show out
No,
of
they
it?
did say cheese and die, but it was. I think it was a little bit more laid back
It
compared
was.
to the.
That was like you take a picture of someone, then it like shows them dead, and then they
Yeah, it
die
shows
or
like the
something.
skeleton and
Do
stuff.
they
Yeah,
actually die? I think so, right?
I think like maybe one or two of them did, but there were some weird ones. Like, do you remember the one with Adam West in it?
No.
I was
Really?
big on superheroes, and I watched that one. I was like, this one's weird. Like, this kid has like a personality, like a disorder. Like he has a mental health disorder. The kid like reads comic books, and his parents get really, really worried. Like they're like, why? Like this kid only like reads comic books. It's like his life. And then
Hmm.
he starts like seeing these giant like fortresses
Oh,
and
I
stuff
remember
in the
this
middle of
one.
the
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like this kid has a mental health problem. Like this isn't a Goosebumps. This is like he needs help.
Yeah. Doesn't he like go back and it's not there or something, and he like
Yeah,
sneaks in and has to like fight evil thing? Which one
and
was
then like
Adam West like the bad guy?
he was the good
Oh, he
guy,
was the good
but he
guy.
was like a useless good guy. Like he
Oh,
was always needed saved. He was
yeah.
useless. But yeah, that one I thought I was gonna like that when I saw it premiere, and I was like, no, this is awful. Like this, I feel like this guy's just crazy. This isn't a
Hmm.
Goosebumps.
It was too real for you.
Or the one where it's the monster theme park. That one was a good one too.
I
The
don't remember that
monsters
one.
like have like the games where the humans have to like survive or else they get eaten or something like that. Some
Sounds
they
cool.
die. I know but they managed to escape. That one was pretty scary.
One Day at Horrorland.
Horrorland, yeah.
That's it. Oh, I remember seeing the cover of this. I think we had it. I don't remember reading it. Oh,
I read all the Goosebumps.
I read a lot of them.
I have read a lot since I was a little kid, and I'm fairly certain I read most of them. But yeah, Goosebumps was good. But Are You Afraid of the Dark was much better.
Yeah.
Way superior in that regard. What's another one for you? Because I've been naming off a bunch for me.
Yeah. Did you ever see Starship Troopers Roughnecks?
Yeah, we talked about that. Like,
Yeah.
when we first became friends, that was like one of our like uniting things. We talked about the cartoon, and then
That one's
back
so
when
good.
YouTube was very unregulated, you could find any show you wanted on YouTube.
Yeah, I watched the whole series on YouTube.
Yeah, and you linked
like a
it to
while
me. I
back.
remember. Yeah,
Mhm.
you were watching it, and you like linked it to me, and I watched it too. Yeah, I
That
love
was
that
good.
show.
Yeah, no, I watched it. It's still very enjoyable. And that was like intense for like a kid show. Like they were like killing bugs and like people were getting killed. And
Yeah,
then
like
the first episode, they let a couple swear words fly in there. I swear, he was just like, "Oh damn it, we're getting eaten." It was
yeah, and
that was a good show.
I remember watching a guy get dragged off by the bugs too. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
people are
my
dying on
God.
this show.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I remember the guy was psychic, the blonde-haired dude. He
Mhm.
got captured by him and like worked on, and then he escaped. And he became psychic. He could like make their heads explode, like the bugs.
Yeah.
I remember him doing it, and they were like, he's like
Yeah,
a
that was cool.
security problem. Like he might kill a bunch of people.
He's too dangerous. You don't trust
Yeah,
him.
they thought that. They were like, he is way too dangerous.
Mm.
But yeah, Starship Troopers was amazing. I
Yeah.
think wasn't that really short-lived though? It wasn't very
It-
spectacularly long.
I don't know. It wasn't too long. It had like a few seasons. It had like
I
3
like
seasons or something.
uh,
The first one's like the Pluto campaign is the first series, and that one's good. And the rest they're okay. They had one where like they get like a robot like AI on their team, and like everyone's giving them shit like they don't like. They're like, "Oh, I don't trust you. You're a robot." And then in the end, he like sacrifices himself for him or something. He like I don't know. He like navigates them
that's
through a minefield and then like holds off a entire wave of enemies and dies. And they're
See,
like,
that's
"Damn,
like
he
a
was a good robot."
yeah, that's like an adult story arc.
I
That's
know.
like a very adult, like I don't know. Some of those cartoons though slip through the cracks. Like that, they would be like more adult themed, but they would like be on Saturday morning cartoons. Like I know bits and
Mm.
pieces of Batman the animated series were like that.
That was
Uh
a good series. Like you
oh,
talking
it's
about the
great.
one with like the Joker was
Mark Hamill.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I think Matt Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, I'm sorry.
You got it right the
Yeah,
first time. You
that
get
was
points.
that was that was spectacularly good.
That one's
Some
crazy good. That
people
was
will
on
say
my
that's
list. I
like the
didn't say it.
best. Some people say that's like the best cartoon that's ever existed. I know a couple people who've said that.
Yeah, it
Because
was pretty good.
like, and also because a kid, like I said, I always say this. I grew up really, really liking superheroes as a kid.
Hmm.
That one was the best show. Nothing wrong with Superman, the animated series, but it could not match up with Batman. Batman series was way better. It was also like a weird, like they all dressed like they were in the 1930s. The
Which
cars
one?
kind of looked like weird
Superman or
old
Batman?
Chevys.
Superman?
No, Batman. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
Batman's. I like the style. It was like noir. It was
Hmm.
very interesting, especially for the time. And then one thing that the show did too is like it stayed to the story arcs pretty closely to the comics. So like as you're watching as a kid, like this is what happens in the comics, like the canon of the comics. Everything that you're seeing is how it is.
Hmm.
And some episodes would have like nothing to do with Batman either. It would be like the villains meeting up and telling stories about stuff. Like it was a really great show. It was
Yeah.
pretty good. Probably one of the best superhero shows of my childhood. And then
Of
Batman Beyond.
childhood, yes, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then it lasted a decently long time. And that voice actors were spectacular.
Yeah, definitely. Get that Mark Hamill. He's so good.
He is. He's the perfect Joker. A lot of people want to see him play the Joker in a IRL, like a actual filmed thing.
Mm.
But a guy wrote about it in like a blog post that I was reading. He said he might be a little too old now to be the Joker
You'd
because
have to
he's
have
in
said it
his
in a. I don't know. You'd have to explain that away somehow.
yeah. It would have to be like
An old
Batman's
Batman
older,
too.
Joker's older
Yeah.
kind of deal, which they've done that before in the comics. I don't see any problem with it. But
In like the last few Batman movies, they've all been saying like Batman's old and he's coming back, right? Like the Ben Affleck one, he's like, I'm getting too old for this shit. I'm coming back. And like even at the last one with who's that angry guy that played Batman?
Ben Affleck,
No, before him.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale. Even in the last one, he was like, I'm old and injured and broke my leg and I'm having to be
Well,
Batman.
that's what happens to Batman though. In most of the comics, like because there's
He's
like
just
a
an
new
angry old man.
52. Yeah, well he becomes a jaded old man who's like
Mm.
more inclined to kill somebody than to just put him in jail. He's become jaded with the idea that because
Yeah,
I mean,
they just keep breaking out of prison where he
well,
puts him.
you got to think like
I would
if I
too
were,
after I captured the Joker and then he came back 85,000 times.
well in the Killing Joke, they
Mm.
say like the Jokers kill like 1,800 people,
That's a lot of
like
people.
1,800,
He
and
just
like
keeps letting-
Batman. Yeah, Batman has not like killed him or lobotomized him or something yet, which I know that sounds terrible to say, but like you would have to do that to a guy like that eventually. You could not keep him
Yeah.
alive.
Hey, how come he doesn't have the death sentence yet? They just keep putting him in the insane asylum?
I
How
don't.
long
I
is
don't
that
know.
defense going to work?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
He's too
always in the
crazy. He
insane
doesn't know
asylum,
what he's
too.
doing.
But yeah, he was. Batman always gets old and his body is really beat up. In every
Mhm.
comic I've ever read, when he's an old man, he's like he's got a bunch of braces on and stuff like that from
Yeah.
jumping buildings and stuff like that. And then, like I said, he always becomes jaded, and that's why my favorite Batman is Ben Affleck Batman.
Really? He's your favorite?
Oh, easily. Like I love the Dark Knight series.
Did you see the latest movie? The Justice League?
I've
That's
heard
pretty
people,
I like it. Yeah, it's good.
I heard people say that he was like one of the standout roles as Bruce Wayne in it. I've heard a lot, and I watched Batman versus Superman. In Batman
good?
versus Superman, it wasn't a great like movie,
Hmm.
but there were definite pluses to take from it compared to the movies before. Like that, the first, I think his name's Henry Carvel or Crable or something like that. The guy who plays Superman. Not trying to be mean. He is not the greatest Superman. He's okay, but he's not the greatest. He did a heck of a lot better in that movie than he did in his standalone movie that he had as Superman.
The Man of Steel?
Yeah, like way better in my opinion.
Hmm.
But there was good takeaways from that movie, and I heard that Justice League wasn't terrible. Now, Infinity War is going to blow it out of the water. I'm sorry, like, have you seen Thor yet?
Yeah,
Thor
really
Ragnarok.
good.
Marvel does like no wrongs with their movies. Black Panther is going to be terrific. Infinity War is going to be terrific. Guardians of the Galaxy, both of them were terrific. I've yet to see a Marvel movie that I was unsatisfied in, especially considering I'm a super Thor fan. I will say, though, that 1 and 2 were, if I had to pick the worst, it would be 1 and 2. Thor 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah.
But
they're pretty bad.
Marvel is untouchable when it comes to the movie franchise. But I digress. This is about TV shows.
It is about TV. But I'm going to bring it back, and keeping with this kind of topic, I'm going to say the original Teen Titans was one of the best ones.
Like
you
right
look
now,
like you're going to agree. You look like you're very excited.
That is my favorite cartoon ever. Like, honest to God, if you had to put a gun to my head and like, what's your favorite? Teen Titans. Like, I don't know what exactly it was, but I loved it. It was serious though.
Exactly. It's serious, and like, I don't know. They fought. Some of them were kind of silly, but a lot of them they fought like serious bad guys, like Slade.
Mm-hmm. There was arcs.
That guy was cool, yeah, and he kept coming back. Do you remember that episode where like Raven like had her like 18th birthday or something, and like her demon powers are coming out, and Slade was just like coming after her, and he was like, she's like freezing time and going into different dimensions. He's just like always coming around the corner, like, nah, you can't escape me.
Yeah, because he was working for a dad.
Yeah, that was
Krackakhan.
creepy.
But yeah, the Teen Titans series, the anime, like, I watch so much cartoons, like I start like grading them on animation. I'm like, oh, like this animation's interesting. They did a really good mix of anime-ish things that they did at times. They weren't over the top with it though, and it definitely gave them their own kind of the designers like their own style of the series that was like unique to themselves. And they did not do that with this newest one. The newest one is
Teen
not
Titans
good.
Go. It's too babyish for me.
Yeah, and the original required an attention span. Like, there was episodes that would loosen things up or would like get away from the story arc for a little bit to kind of keep your attention, and then it would go back on the story arc. But every one of those characters had like deep character. Like there was characters. They weren't just like shells of people. They were deep. Like you can't like none of them were superficial like at all. They all had deep stories, like past problems it was just a fantastic show. Probably my favorite I've ever watched. It wasn't what got me into comic books and superheroes as a kid, but it definitely helped because I read the Teen Titans series a lot after when that show was around. It was probably one of the first shows that are like series that I obsessed over as a comic book fan.
Yeah, that was super good.
And I hated how though that it ended so abruptly. I will say, like that's the only problem.
How it ended.
Well, I watched a bunch of blogs and stuff, or I read a bunch of blogs, and the cartoon industry, from what I was getting from it, is really, really controlled by toy and merchandise sales. Because that makes them a lot of money. And I guess Teen Titans was not selling a bunch of merchandise. And their toys were really weak. I remember as a kid, like, Beast Boy had a gun for some reason. Like, their toys were not... I don't remember
seeing any toys for it, honestly.
Yeah, they were weak. The only thing that they had that was remotely cool was, like, batarangs. Like, you could buy Robin's batarangs and throw them. That was about it. But they were really weak toys, and they didn't sell very well, so they pulled the plug on the show... I would say abruptly. Like, they gave them a movie and then was like, oh, show's over, guys. Sorry. And it pissed me off. I was actually really upset about it. But, great show. Like I said, Slade, Brother
Slade
Blood.
Was cool.
There was terrific villains. And even, like...
what about that British guy that was...
Mad Monty, I think. Or Mad Mod or something like that.
Yeah, Mad Mod or something like that.
Yeah, it was interesting. There was a great... I cannot remember an episode that was bad from that. It was a great show. I'll go on a tangent on it if I don't stop myself.
You just said that was that was like your favorite one, but Hannah just reminded me of another one that I can't believe I forgot, but Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That's
was
number
like
2.
perfection.
Number
So
two for
good.
me.
I'm gonna have to watch that again, Hannah. If you're listening, we're watching that. That's gonna be our
Yeah,
next thing. We're just binge watching that again.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
It's too. I wish. I'm really sad that that movie didn't do well because I would have
No,
liked to see a live action remake of like the entire thing, like in
well,
movie form.
they butchered it. Like it had like
Like I was willing. It wasn't good, but I was like, just learn from that and like make another one. But like it was just so bad that it couldn't even recover from it, which is
yeah,
unfortunate.
it was awful. Like
I
they
know.
didn't even pronounce the characters' names right. Like
I know.
I remember
I don't
going
know
and watching
why.
it. And this was like before the internet. Like you could go and look up reviews on the internet, but
Yeah, the reviews
you,
were. I mean, not the reviews. The movie
they were
was really
usually
bad, Hannah.
yeah, it was terrible. It was literally
Yeah,
I have saw many movies in my life, and there's been none that I went to and was so let down.
because
I went and saw it the day it came out. I waited in line to get my ticket, and it was terrible.
the expectations were so high, but then
Oh
even
my
without
God.
that, it was still bad. It
It
was just
was
so really
awful.
bad.
It's probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And then like you get in there, and I thought it was really weird, and because okay, the Water Tribe, right? They are like Eskimo-esque people. That their culture and the way they look and things like that, they're very Eskimo-esque. And I was like, okay, well, when they did the cast for it, it was like a dude with blue eyes and really, really pale skin, and his sister who had really, really pale skin and blue eyes, and they were both from the Twilight series. And
Yeah,
I was like, please don't do this. Please don't
yeah,
try to create a fandom by taking fans from another or actors from another series and putting it in here. And they did, and they were terrible. And
yeah.
I don't
People are
like
really pissed. They just whitewashed everyone. Everyone was
they
just
did.
white people, except for Prince Zuko was like Indian, I think,
No,
right?
they made the Fire Nation Indian,
Yeah,
which wasn't a weird
they're like
twist.
they're like the whitest ones. I feel like.
Well, they're like Imperial Japan, China,
Yeah,
Imperial Japan, like
not whitest, but I mean
Communist
light skinned.
Revolution China,
They're
kind
like the
of.
palest, is what I mean to say. It seems
Yeah,
like.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like that's one cool thing about Avatar was though it's like you had culture in it. Like there was tons of different groups, like the
Yeah.
Earth Kingdom. One thing
That
that
was
was cool
my
about that.
favorite. My favorite was like that second season, which was like the Book of what was it? I don't know,
Book
but
of Earth.
I think it's Earth. It sounds weird to say Book of Earth, but I think that's right. But yeah, that kind of had like all the castle sieges and stuff, and like the Earthbenders are cool. They're like raising walls and stuff. Those are
Well,
like my favorite ones.
and then what I got really upset about is that they like okay, they spent an outrageous amount of time in the North Pole, right? In the Water Nation area, right? Or in the South Pole. They're in the South Pole. They sit there for like an hour, and I'm like, well, this movie 3 hours long? Because there's a lot going on in the Earth Kingdom that they're gonna have to deal with, right?
But it was only
No,
doing the first book, right?
yeah. Well, they go through
Which it
some
did a
parts.
lot of it.
Yeah, they
Well,
go
it did
through
like
like
some of the beginning, and then it like cut to the end of it. But
yeah, they go through some parts of the Earth Kingdom though. They go to Kyoshi and some other places like where cool Earth. Like first of all, I'm not gonna be this guy about it. I'm not gonna try to be this guy, but like a prime example of something cool, like an empowering like woman movement, is the Kyoshi Warriors. Like they're all female, they're badasses, they're super cool, and they cut them out of the whole entire movie. Like they're one of my favorite aspects of the whole show, and you don't even have them in the movie. They're a big part of the movie. They're in like all the seasons, and you just cut them out, and then you cut out like a bunch of Earthbenders. It was awful. I was so upset. And then the
that's
guy
what I'm
that they
saying.
get
Like
to,
that's why I wanted them to at least like do good enough to like make a second one, so that they could have more Earthbenders, because that's like what that one's all about. But it's never gonna happen now.
no, and he ruined himself on that. And also like
Yeah, that was
okay,
like the end of his career. He
in
did come
my
back a little bit.
opinion, well, in my opinion too, best character in that series is Iroh, the uncle,
Yeah.
Zuko's
Oh yeah.
uncle.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
by far the
He's
best character.
awesome.
The guy that they had play him was a good actor. He did good with what they gave him, but they gave him a very, very small role in that series. And it was like they did like gave him like small bit parts, and only parts that you could not cut him out of was he like he had no big roles. all he does is tell Zuko, like, oh, you got to keep your chi warm. At the end of the movie, he's like, oh, you got to, like, don't get too cold or you'll die. And then he jumps off and does his thing, you know? And then at the end, when the guy's about to kill the moon spirit, spoiler, he goes, I'll kill you if you do that. And it's like, that's weird. You kind of said nothing and done nothing the whole show. I don't know why you're the one who's, like, making this even or making this right. I just was not... it was awful. But that series is probably my number 2 of my childhood. Definitely.
I might be as brave as to go number 1 on that one.
It's close. Like Teen Titans and that are like this.
Yeah,
like,
that's me. I think I'm the same as you, except like flopped.
Yeah, it's
Flip-flopped.
barely, because Avatar, when we talk about depth, Avatar has depth. Like that series.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is well, and I didn't realize this, and the guys did it on purpose. They made it really diverse and cultural, like on purpose. I didn't realize it as I watched it, but each kingdom feels a lot different. They're culturally diverse, like they're very different culturally. Earth Kingdom dresses different than Water Kingdom, like all that. I thought that stuff was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. And then I did martial arts as a kid too, and then seeing martial arts in the way that they were fighting was super cool too. I love Avatar. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Agree with you 100% on that. The only reason I say top 2 as childhood is because regular show is like a tie for number tie for number 1. It's
not as much a childhood one, but it's
it was.
I
was in high school when it came out.
Yeah.
Not really.
Like I wasn't gonna count it like Adventure Time and like regular show, but I really enjoy those as well.
Yeah, they were in my opinion, like a rebirth of cartoons because there was a lot of short attention span cartoons that really didn't have story, and then those shows came out. I love Flapjack.
Flapjack is like again like it's like high school pretty much.
Yeah.
But Flapjack's amazing. Like all those like close up weird like shots of people's faces, or just like the weirdness of the whole show is just like amazing.
Yeah. And Chowder was another good one.
Chowder,
even though that's a middle school. That's a middle school one. That was a great
Chowder
show.
And Flapjack were like at the same time. But yeah, it's like middle school into high school for us, I think.
Yeah, and then those were good. I call those shows like rebirth of cartoons because they're for a little bit, at least on my side of things, like I started witnessing, and people say it even now, like a lack of attention span.
Yeah, they're
cartoons.
dumbed down like really bad. I feel like Teen Titans Go is like a good example of that. How it's like just constant stupid things and like changing the art style and like doing weird stuff just to hold attention, I guess.
They did it also with Ben 10, which Ben 10 is another...
Oh yeah, they dumbed that down too, right? They like simplified the graphics and like everything. That's like what Cartoon Network is like doing for some reason now.
Well, and I loved Ben 10.
Ben 10 was good, yeah.
It's on my list of like top 5 probably because...
Ben 10's good.
But that's a weird one because it started when we were probably like 6th grade, which is still like cool. It's cool to watch cartoons, right? Mm-hmm. Which I never
stopped either, so are we not cool?
Well, no, it was like cool to watch cartoons, right? And then Ben 10 like stopped in 8th grade, started back up when we were like sophomores in high school.
Except awful.
Yeah, well, the second series was good.
I didn't see the second one. I just saw the one where
he was
it's like
a teenager. It was good. It wasn't. No, it wasn't bad. No. They did that one, and then you're like.
Then he was just like a baby.
Yeah, I was like, should I be watching this? Like, this is like a show I really liked, and they've like matured it up a little bit. I don't know if I should be watching this.
Oh, okay.
And then in high school,
that one?
Well, I remember because there was like this kid who he was eccentric. He was kind of a weirder kid, and he had like the Ben 10 watch, and he'd be like, choo, and like run around and stuff like that. He was kind of a weird cat, and everybody would like tease him for like the Ben 10 watch, and I was like, I watched Ben 10. Like I was like, I watched this show that everybody's teasing him about. I was like, granted, I don't wear a trench coat and wear the watch, but I still like the show. You're one step away from it, though. What?
You're one step away from it, though.
I was pretty darn close. God, another one for me, and I've said this on the stream before. Digimon, loved it. Literally, one of my favorite series of all time. And when I finally start getting my tattoos, I will probably have to get a Digimon one somewhere on my body.
Which Digimon?
Terriermon was always my favorite, man.
What's that big, like, I don't know, like T-Rex looking ass one?
It's Greymon.
Greymon?
Agumon, Greymon.
Oh yeah, but what's his big
Greymon.
form called? Is it
War Greymon.
War Greymon? Yeah, that's like the poster child of Digimon.
Yeah, and see, I was Terriermon is the one that was a rabbit, and he was my favorite. I loved Digimon so much as a kid. And here's the like I've rewatched
They're more
it.
intense looking. Like they
Oh,
were on the same level as Pokemon, except these ones like have weapons and are dinosaurs and look like they're gonna kill each other.
well, they did a death battle on Screw Attack too, and it was like Charizard versus like War Greymon. And I was like, that's not fair.
That's not fair. One's a little baby, and this one's like the exact same thing except a grown man.
Yeah, it'd be like
It's
if
like a toddler
T-Rex
versus a grown
worked
man.
out and grew wings and became half metal. Like
Yeah.
it was super unfair.
He's
But
so metal.
yeah, and then like Digimon holds up to the test of time, and I loved the Pokemon TV show when I was young. I really did. Like it was a fantastic series. There was a time where I was like, this has no story. There's neither of these like this doesn't have story anymore. Went to Digimon and focused on it more, and I can watch Digimon now and be like, wow, like this actually has like a pretty good story. And I watched the crap out of Beyblade. I had a Beyblade team growing up. It was me, Necro, our friend Bubs, and our other friend Jaren. We were a team, and we would compete against other teams like in the show. And we all had like the main group's ones. I had the tiger that was called Drigger. Necro had Dronzer, which is the bird, the phoenix. Bubs had Dragoon, which is the dragon, and then Jaren had Drasil, which is the turtle. Dude, I have such a good memory. I cannot believe I
Wow.
remember those.
Yeah, I never watched that, but in like high school in my like shop class, we like made our own Beyblades out of these like spare parts, out of like wheels and like these metal parts and stuff. And we're just like, they were just more like tops, except we tried to make them as intense as possible.
Oh,
That was
dude,
pretty fun.
I would go to like because
They were big.
you could catch Kid Moose every like Saturday and Sunday at the local Toys R Us because they did events for everything. It would be like 9 a.m. Yu-Gi-Oh, 9 a.m. to like 10:30 Yu-Gi-Oh, 11 to noon Beyblade, and then like 1 to 3 Pokemon. So like, dude, I would just sit there the whole day and do everything.
That's cool. That
Oh, it
sounds
was
fun.
super. It was the hangout. You
I
like
want to
catch
go
your
back in
buddies.
time and be there.
Yeah, I would. I totally would. But I remember like doing Beyblade. There really was no way of like making your Beyblade better than other people's. Like they would have weights and like certain like tops that would spin the opposite direction and stuff. So there was some strategy, but you're way too young to really understand it. And
And
so
you just have like a 40-year-old man there just whooping ass on all the
now,
kids.
there were teenagers there that would just whoop you. Like, but I remember I bought one top and like I was obsessed with like keeping mine to like making him Drigger, which Drigger was white. He was a white Beyblade. And I was like, I'm going to take this top off, and I had a million of them. So and there was this one that was like legit this wide. So I took it apart and I spray paint it white and put the Beyblade chip for Drigger in there. And I'm like, all right, this is Drigger. And I whooped everybody at that because it's like you couldn't get close to him. He'd just hit you and you'd go flying. That was
That's
awesome.
cool.
I remember that one. You
Let's go get some Beyblades.
Dude, you could turn them into Frankentops. Actually, McHanner, they have Beyblades. Like they redid the series, and I think they sell them again. I'm not gonna buy them because I'll have every single one of them, and
That's
I'll
what
be
Hannah's
like,
getting for
oh,
Christmas now.
like, oh, I spent $50 like on 10 of these things.
Hannah's getting
I'm not
pure
an adult.
Beyblades for Christmas now.
But yeah,
She's
Beyblade
into
was
it.
awesome. Metabots, which was low key, super cool, but it didn't really catch on with any of my friends.
She's getting
Didn't
Beyblades. It doesn't matter what she says at this point.
I will take her Beyblades if she does not want them. I
No,
will
you can't
gladly
handle it.
I will gladly take Beyblades. But Metabots was another awesome one, but it didn't catch on
Metabots?
for
I've never heard of that.
it was a Japanese show. It lasted a very long time in Japan. I don't know how long it lasted in the States. Probably only a couple of seasons, but it was terrific. Also, I'm going to admit this right now. I know this is considered a girl show, but I loved it. Sailor Moon.
Wow.
I love Sailor Moon.
That's weird.
I'll admit it. No, my parents thought it was weird, but I loved it. I'll own up to it. I thought it was super cool. I don't even really like anime that much, but Sailor Moon was really good. And I remember always waking up like for preschool and watching Sailor Moon.
And
my
that's
parents
weird to me. I always looked at it and was like, this is a weird girl show.
Dude,
But-
McHanner knows it's a
I
good
know,
show.
but I don't know. I felt like that was more girly than Powerpuff Girls. Like I could watch Powerpuff Girls after this.
I love Powerpuff Girls. Like
yeah,
I love
but
it.
Sailor Moon was too much for me.
Sailor Moon.
At least Powerpuff Girls had Mojo Jojo. He's
well,
just a monkey.
I watched Hamtaro for like 3 episodes,
Oh,
and then I realized there was no violence, and I couldn't watch it anymore.
Why would you want? It's not Redwall. Why do you need hamsters
Dude,
killing each other?
I wanted it to be Redwall.
Redwall was the shit.
Redwall so bad.
Redwall's like the best thing ever.
I wanted him to get like a shield and a sword and be like, for honor. Also, if you like Redwall, there's these comics. Check them out. They're called Mouse Guard, and they're like a metal version of Redwall. Like.
It's even more intense?
Dude,
Mouse
the one
God.
comic I read, this dude had like a fish hook on like a string and was like fighting a crab, and it was BA. Like it's super cool.
So these books? What is this?
It's like graphic novels.
Oh.
And they also have a tabletop game where it's like role playing, like
This is
a
what
pen and
Hannah's getting for
paper.
Christmas.
It's like a pen and paper game, and equivalent to a dragon, like in D&D, would
Hannah
be.
loved Redwall? I'm learning so much about her.
I have every single Redwall book
Oh, I want it.
that there is.
I think I only still
I'll-
have like
I'll-
Martin the Warrior. That's like the other ones I like got from my school library, but I have Martin the Warrior.
I have all of them. I bought them all very recently. My favorite one's Rackety Tan. He's a Scottish squirrel,
Rackety
and like
Tan.
he's as Scottish as they get. His last name's McBurl, like just super Scottish. He wears a kilt and like has a like one of those like okay, I like history a lot. He has the Scottish basket sword. Like it's correct to the history, like the time period, I would guess, but for sentient
Basket
like
hilt.
horse critters.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
But yes, it
That's
was
just like the handguard thing, right?
yeah. It's like a particular one for Scottish fighters back in the day. They were one of very few groups that still used it. The French rapier was another one that had the handguard. But Powerpuff Girls was awesome. Him was creepy. People
What?
talk about like the content of cartoons now. Okay, so you're telling me like a transgender Satan.
Are you talking about a show? What is this?
Powerpuff Girls, him.
Oh yeah, that red devil guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was like a transgender
He was ahead
Satan.
of his time.
Yeah, he's like a
He would have been a
transgender
hero
Satan.
today. He wouldn't have been the bad guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's like a
He would have been like very courageous. Very
very
courageous.
courageous dude. He like was
He's
he was a
beautiful.
he was a transgender he was Satan that was transgender and preyed upon little like kids at night. Like he was weird.
Yeah.
And there was like what was that
The
one in
voice
like
was
Fuzzy?
really weird.
Yeah, he was weird. He
I
sounded
like that
little
little horny mayor
yeah.
that was always hitting on that
Yeah,
secretary.
super tall secretary.
Yeah.
That show was all kinds of
He's
mess.
just a horny little old man.
And then there was Fuzzy Lumpkins, who was like just a beatnik who lived out in the middle of nowhere, and he was like a weird monster that was also a hillbilly.
I don't remember that.
Fuzzy
one.
Lumpkins was the name, or
Fuzzy
Fuzzy
Lumpkins.
Lumpkins or something like that. But he was a one.
Oh, was that? Oh yeah, that was from this show. He had like stupid antennas. I remember this.
Yeah, and he had family members that were also like they looked all really, really, really alike. And then okay, I almost forgot one. If Nick Hanna wouldn't have brought up Powerpuff Girls, I would have never thought of it, and it's a shame. Samurai Jack.
Yes.
Samurai
Did you
Jack.
watch that just come back? Like that new
I have
like
not watched a
miniseries?
single of the new series.
It's good. Watch
I
it.
wanted to wait till it was finished and so I could binge watch it.
You
Is
can
it
do it.
finished? Do you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
I watched it
I'm
all.
gonna have to watch it then because I've heard it's really good. I heard it's darker though.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I'll definitely have to check it out though.
It's good though. Samurai
But
Jack was so good.
dude, I have so much more stuff.
I have so many more. We're not even gonna do it. But while you
We're
were
gonna have to
talking about that fuzzy lumpkins, you reminded me of Grim and Evil.
Oh, terrific.
Evil con carne. It reminded me of that like gorilla.
Hostel Gato.
Yeah. Oh, still Gato.
Well,
Still Gato.
Are we gonna have to do it?
We're gonna have. I have so many more. We haven't even. I'm glad that we're sticking to like some. I don't know. We've done some like really big ones, but we've done some like less common ones too.
Well, are we gonna? We're gonna have to like do a part 2 again.
We are. I have many more.
Because yeah, I have like a bazillion more.
Yeah.
And we're all like we got like 10 minutes
I have
left.
so many more.
Freaking ridiculous. Yeah, I'm always like, well, I hope we have enough. I'm like, oh,
I know.
no, and we always have way more than
have
what we
way
need.
too many. We get excited about these things.
When I didn't even write anything down, I was like, I probably have an hour's worth of cartoon information in my brain. I have way more than an hour's worth because I watch way too many cartoons. But I would, I don't know. I like the violent shows. I was thinking about that.
I did too.
I was trying to think of one that wasn't violent, but all of them were violent, and that's why I liked them. If it wasn't like super robots that were fighting and stuff like that. Oh, another show. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
Wow, that is a long time.
Nobody watched it. Like it was on for like
what'd
3
you even
or
say? Super Monkey Force Go?
Super
Hyper Monkey Force Go.
Was that it?
Yeah, that's what you said, and that's what I googled it.
Okay,
what even is
that
this?
show was amazing. It was kind of.
I've seen like one picture of this show in my entire life.
Well, it was on Disney XD.
Oh, I didn't watch Disney.
Or no, it was on Jetix or something. It was some cartoon channel that did not get a lot of popularity, even though it had really good shows. It was Jetix, I'm sure, but because it was the same TV show that played like the older Power Rangers. But it was an awesome show. It had like super cool like robot monkeys, and each of them had like a different ability with their hands. And that was it was cool. And then there was actual dynamic to it. There was actual story on why they were the way they were and who created them and why like this guy went evil and killed their like master a long time ago. It was really good. But
the monkeys did all that?
Yeah, it was monkeys and a kid who helped
monkeys
them fight.
And kids are always killing their masters.
Well, no, the master was killed, and they were trying to fight the evil forces that had done it. Was the thing, and that one was probably one of my favorite shows as well. It didn't last very long. I'm gonna look it up real quick and see how many I want to see how many seasons it had because it was also like terrifically animated. Let's see. It had 4 seasons, 52 episodes. That's a very short show, in my opinion. Yeah, Jetix Animation. Great shows on there. Great shows on there. And then it even had,
that's not... I don't know. That's not a lot. My brain can't make a better sentence than that. That's not a lot.
For me,
like the Thornberrys had like 5 seasons. Only.
What?
The Thornberrys only had 5 seasons apparently.
What?
That seems like it was on forever, right?
Yeah, I feel like that. It even had like a Rugrats mashup.
Yeah. Did it really?
Yeah.
Let's see. How?
They met the Rugrats.
It's 1998 to 2004. That's like 6 years and 5 seasons.
You don't remember how lit the Wild Thornberrys Rugrats movie was with Dill?
No,
Dill wasn't in that one. I think they did a movie where they mashed up, and it was lit. I remember seeing it on Thanksgiving as a kid, and it was
lit.
Dude, it was.
I just remember the one where, let's see, the one that stands out to me is when they get locked in a bathroom in Australia, and like a bird flies over, and it was just like, they locked the nipper in the dunny, and then like her older sister was just like, I know how to speak Australian. I can decode this message.
Well, it's called Rugrats Go Wild, and
That sounds familiar. Maybe I did see that.
it was the Rugrats
That
meet
sounds very
the
familiar.
Wild Thornberrys, and Spike meets up with Eliza Thornberry, and he talks. And dude, I remember like the audience in that movie theater was like, like, dude, it was like
You
an
saw it in
odd.
theaters?
Dude, I went and saw it on Thanksgiving Day. I begged my mom to like let us go and see it, and she did. That was super hyped. I remember like getting
Actually, yeah, I
nerves.
remember this now. You did what?
I got like shaky. Like I was
Wha-
like, oh my
what
god,
did-
I gotta watch it.
what
I
did-
remember I was like super excited because I loved
You're a
both
funny
of those a
kid.
lot. And then yeah, Wild Thornberries. I was always like a big animal lover as a kid. Like I always had a lot of dogs. Like I always wanted a cat. My mom never let me have one. I had pet fish. I had turtles. I had everything you could think of. And I loved the Wild Thornberries because it taught me a lot about animals, and it taught me to love animals and to love nature. That was one of those shows that snuck up on you and had like you learned while you watched and stuff like that, and you're just
Yeah,
like,
you learn about animals and countries.
yeah. And then you learned that like uh what episode? I like that the human boy Donnie
Donnie, yeah.
was wild, and like you like they couldn't contain him, and then Darwin, like the monkey,
He's all
was just like a
civilized.
big stick in the mud.
Yeah, I know. He's like, no, we can't go over here. We need to stay and watch TV and eat these snacks.
Yeah, he's like, leave me alone. Like he's like putting on sunscreen and stuff.
Yeah.
He's such a weird.
He's
That show was
civilized.
yeah, he had like a British accent because British accent equates to being intelligent.
I guess,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, that
Or
great
being
show.
evil.
Or being evil. Being German too makes you evil for some
Yeah.
reason. I don't know why, but it does. Wild Thornberry's Rugrats was amazing, and then they
Mhm.
made the Rugrats where they were teenagers, and
Yeah.
I liked
I
it.
liked it still, all grown up.
Yeah, Dill was like
I'll mess
super
with
weird.
that.
You're like I could tell. Dill was just a prop in the show, anyways.
Dill?
He didn't
Yeah.
do anything. He just sat back and was like, "Bleh," like that's all he did. Though, like in the whole time he was introduced. Which,
Wait, what?
granted, you can't do much with him
Why
because
didn't your mom let you? Which one? You're talking about the Thornberry she didn't let you watch? Did they talk about
What?
evolution on there? I don't think so. That's
I
confusing.
think they did.
Did
Darwin. Darwin is his. I think he's named after Charles Darwin.
Yeah, he is. That's why. That was enough.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right now, and this is gonna like anybody who watches these that's in the Midwest will know exactly what I'm saying. You didn't grow up in the Midwest if you didn't have a cousin whose parents did not let them watch or read the Harry Potter books. You did not grow up in the Midwest. I'm telling you. Everybody had
Hannah
that
couldn't
one
get
cousin.
at that Harry Potter.
What?
Hannah couldn't get at that Harry Potter.
I loved Harry Potter. Like, my family was somewhat religious, not really. And I remember my mom was like, I like to read, but my mom was kind of worried because I only read scary stuff. I think my mom thought I was like a monster or something.
She thought you was a monster.
Yeah, she thought I was like a monster or something. I'm pretty sure. I bet if we asked her, she would say yes. But
Yeah.
and I remember I was like, "Can we go and rent the Harry Potter book from the library?" And she was like, "You want to read that?" And I was like, "Yeah, my buddy Jake," which Necro, that's how we became friends, was through Harry Potter. I said, "My buddy Necro, he read it, and he's like, he wants me to read it." And she was like, "All right, like get your shoes on." So my mom would do. It could be like 6 feet of snow outside. My mom would take me to a library. Like she always thought that like you had to read. Like it was nice to read. Well, we would we went there and I got it, and I remember it was a thick book and I was intimidated, and I would be like, "Oh, okay."
Oh.
I finished it in like 2 or 3 weeks. And for a kid, that's impressive.
Mhm.
And I loved it. And the Harry Potter series was amazing.
I remember Order of the Phoenix came out, and like me and my
Thank you for the host, Comical. Much
thank
appreciated,
you.
buddy.
we went to I think it was like Borders or something, which is sad because there's no more Borders. But they had like a release of Harry Potter Order of the Phoenix, and we like stay up all night until like midnight and like got a copy of it and stuff. And they were doing cool events there. We like chased down Voldemort, and I was like the first one to catch Voldemort. I got like a little wand thing. That was pretty dope. But I remember I like brought it home and I was like, I'm gonna stay up all night and read this. And I was like, I got like 5 pages in and fell asleep on the book because it was
Well-
like 1 a.m. I was like, I'm gonna read this, and then I was like, poof, I like fell asleep on the book.
Well, I have a story to tell you about my mom, and like
Oh,
this
you
is
got a good
okay.
story cooking. I can see it.
Well, so we're like 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 the generic Irish stereotype of like tempers, right? My family fulfills that 100%. Like they are the reason for the stereotype, right? My mom has a terrible temper. I have a terrible temper, and my whole family does, except my little sister. Well, uh, I was like I pre-ordered it, and we pre-ordered it through the school. We were allowed to pre-order it through the school, and I remember turning in because you had to like they gave you this scroll where you signed your name and you turned it in, and they pre-ordered you pre-ordered it, and you like got to go to this event and everything like that. In Krackakhan, I swear on everything, I turned that slip in. So I turned the slip into the librarian, and I get up at I think it was 9 a.m. to pick up Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, right?
Mm.
And I'm wearing my like pre-order shirt and everything like that. And like I get there, and my mom doesn't go in the bookstore with me. I hand her the slip, and the lady says like we must have lost it because like we don't have your copy of it. And I was like so downtrodden, like I was about to cry. Like I turn around, like walk out, and I'm like I had my head down because like I thought there was no way in the world that anyone else would have this book. I thought like, I was like the book is gone. Uh, like they're not gonna have any at Walmart, at Target, at Books a Million, nowhere. Nowhere's gonna have it. They're sold out. That's why you had to pre-order it. Because this was back in the day where like pre-ordering games and pre-ordering anything, like you really had to do it because there was very limited supply.
Mm-hmm.
So I like walk up, like I get in the car. My mom's like, "Where's your book?" And I was like, you know, I must have done something wrong. The lady told me that like I must like they lost my pre-ordered book or something like that. And my mom was like, "What?" And before I could even like open my mouth, like the car door is slamming, and like she's like, my mom is 4'10", and is just hustling her butt up to that bookstore, and she's like punching the desk. She's like, "He is 9 years old," or I think I was 10 or 11 at the time. "He is 11 years old. He's been looking forward to this for months, and you guys are gonna drop the F like bleep 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 and ball." And like, dude, my mom is going nuts on this lady, and it's like, "You will never get my business again." Stomps out, slams the door, and leaves. Right, and she's like driving, and she's like, "That's it. We'll go to effing Walmart and get it, because that stupid cow in there can't do her job." Like, my mom was upset. And we go in there, and I'm like scared, because my mom's like putting her anger out at somebody else instead of me. So I'm like, oh God, like I hope I didn't make her mad. Dude, we go in, and it's like it's pretty early in the morning. There's nobody in this Walmart, and there's like this guy like setting up the Harry Potter like the thing, and there's wands and all sorts and like robes and all sorts of stuff. Dude, my mom bought me the wand, the robe, a pair like a thing of Birdie Bots, of chocolate frog, and the book. And like and she's like, nice. "You want to wear your robe, honey? You want to wear your robe in line?" And I was like, "Yeah, yes. I guess."
Yeah, want to wear it.
Yeah, I was like, Mama, "Yeah, I want to wear it." She's like, I put it on, and like she's like, "Here's your wand," and like she's like, "You can eat the candy before you pay for it." Like, I swear I'll pay for it and all this stuff, dude. Because she felt so bad for me, because I was a Harry Potter freak as a kid. I was obsessed.
You still are.
Dude, and yeah, like
when they came out with that. What is? Oh, you're wearing it right now.
Yeah, Mama Bull was like.
What was that online game they came out with? You were like excited when they did that because they had like legit like sorting hat thing in there.
Oh, Pottermore, dude!
Yeah, Pottermore came out. You were excited.
I remember it was in the middle of summer.
Most excited you've ever been.
Yeah, it was middle of summer, and I messaged.
We were like in college.
Yeah, I messaged you at like 8 a.m. I was like, "They've got a real Harry Potter test now."
You're like, "It's out. It's live right now. Get on it."
Yeah, I was like, you take this test and you tell me what you get, and don't you lie on it.
Don't you lie to me.
And then I don't know, it was really glitched at the start, I think, because a lot of my friends took the first one and got Slytherin.
I got Slytherin, and then I got again, and I got Slytherin again.
I answered like 4 questions and got Gryffindor, so I was like, all right, sick. Then they redid it, and I was like, oh, well, I have to take this one. They say this one's the more accurate one. I take it again. And I get Gryffindor again.
Straight Hufflepuff to you.
Well, no, all my friends got different houses. Like, you got Ravenclaw the next time you took it.
Yeah, I got Ravenclaw and I got Slytherin.
What?
I think I got Ravenclaw first and then Slytherin? I'm not sure.
So you're like a middle one. Like
Yeah.
be accurate. Like you could probably pick. Like you have aspects of both. Well, and then Necro took it, and I've always swore up and down Necro was a Hufflepuff. He's super loyal. He's super trustworthy. He's like all about being fair. Like that is him. He is a Hufflepuff to a T. And he got Slytherin in the test the first time. I was like, that's bullshit. There's no way. He
You
took
get back in Hufflepuff right now.
He got Hufflepuff, and he took it like 8 times because I was like, make sure it's right. Took it 8 times, got Hufflepuff every single time. I knew that's what he was. I knew he was a Hufflepuff. But no,
that's the worst though. That's like a fate worse than death.
Yeah, Mama Bull does not play. That lady was scared. And the thing is, it'd be one thing if it was on me, if it was my fault for doing it. But it's another thing.
Is that cow's fault? Nah, she ain't getting off.
The girl lady wasn't big though. My mom just called her cow to be mean. Yeah, my mom
the best.
Dude, she gets heated at times. Like she has a temper to her. But I love her. I got the temper too. I try really hard to not show it on stream though.
Yeah, you're jovial on screen.
Comical has seen it when I let's play games before.
It's funny.
Some people think it's funny. Some people say it's like scary.
You're just playing. You're like, damn it. That's like your favorite thing to say.
Dude, I'm either giggles or like rage. Like when I play games. Dude, yes, I can attest to this because I have played games with him since 2011. Like the summer or like the spring of 2011, we became friends and started playing games together. He has never got mad. The worst you will ever see Krackakhan do is he'd be like, "Well, this is bogus," or "This is
way."
Stupid.
When we're playing first-person shooters, I cuss a lot. But I don't get angry.
I don't say the curse words, but that's as much emotion as you put into it. You're like, well, damn it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they get more intense than that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get angry over stuff. I can get annoyed but I don't get into like a mood, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're the only...
I'm not just like, dang, and I died, and I'm just like butthurt at everything now. I'm just like, well, shit.
Necro has gotten worse over the years.
Really?
Because Necro
He's getting more
used to be
angry?
like he would play and he does this like weird growl when he gets mad. He's like, "Arr!" And then he'll calm down.
That wasn't intimidating. That wasn't a growl.
Like I can't do it. He'll have to do it sometime when we do a let's play. But he does this like growl, and when he'll focus, like he gets this like serial killer stare where he goes like this, and he'll focus, right?
I can see
That's
that.
how you know he's getting upset. But we were playing Destiny, and it was when Destiny was having like the server problems, and I'm watching him play like from this angle towards my TV, and all I hear is like he gets disconnected from the server in the middle of a raid, and he just starts punching my bed like super upset. I'm gonna break something. Like he's like super upset. Our friend Chronodox is the best rager. He beats.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that.
He is.
I love playing Call of Duty with him because he's just like, I'm gonna punch a fucking hole in my wall.
No, I have a funny story about this. Oh, okay. So he cannot play Call of Duty. He can't play any game without raging. Like he gets mad at any game, and it's hilarious. But one time I grew up with him. Like we lived in the same town. Well, we were playing Call of Duty, and he's way better than I am. And we lost the game, and all I heard was like, ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. I'm going to stick this chair in my wall. And like, I hear like Scruff like moving around, and then he's like, I gotta go, guys. And like he gets off, and I go to his house like a couple days later, and you see like 4 prongs in his wall. He actually took the chair and shoved it into his wall. And I laughed for so long about that. He still probably does not think that's funny. He got funny. Super upset.
That's such a weird thing to say. I'm gonna stick this chair in the wall.
Yeah, he would get.
But like, he does stuff. He's broken a lot of headsets.
Yeah, I remember League of Legends was the worst with that though.
Yeah.
Like we all would have
mice and keyboards and.
Yeah,
we would be like, I broke my computer, guys. Like we'll get a message later. I broke my computer after that game.
Yeah, like we would have
It's like, damn.
moments. Like I would be like, "Oh, that's just stupid," or like I would like yell or something like that. But he would always like. I remember one time he like all you can hear is like a headset get picked up and slammed on the ground. It was like a really expensive wireless one. But he's
Nice.
the king of rage. And it's funny, but it's also because he's super good at games, and that's like he is like always super good at them. So he gives himself like such a mind like small margin for error, and that's what makes him so good though. It really is. Counter-Strike boom headshot video. Yeah, I've seen the boom headshot video. I used to play a lot of Counter-Strike, but we kind of got off topic on
Yeah, we're not
that.
even talking about TV anymore. But do you remember while we're on the rage? Do you remember those like videos of that dude recording his like brother doing those rage things and like that he
The
like
WoW rages and
can't play World of Warcraft and he's like sticking a remote control up his buddy so angry. Like what is he
yeah,
doing?
I don't
He
know.
like
And
goes and he like I don't know, he like throws himself down on his bed and like thrashes around and then goes under the cover and then comes out in his underwear. Like how did he even take off his shirt and
that's
pants?
skill.
He just
People
comes out
pay
and he's
good
like
money for
"Rrr,"
stuff
on the
like
bed and then he comes out in just his underwear. He's like, I'm so mad I'm gonna stick a controller up my butt.
And I used to love the
So
World of
weird.
Warcraft rage videos because I
Yeah,
like
those are so good.
me and Krackakhan played World of Warcraft, and I remember the time that like okay, this is like the definition of early 2000s WoW, right? Like it's like 2006. YouTube is ran by WoW videos. Like it's a fact. A lot of people don't know, but like YouTube, like WoW videos, like helped support YouTube for the longest time, and there's this video of this guy. He has a computer in his basement. You can tell because it's a giant concrete wall and like an old Dell computer. And like his buddy's like sitting on a couch and he's like, there's like, you know, the whatever word, like it's just regular old word text. It's like, he doesn't know, but I changed his World of Warcraft password. And he's like, hits it and he's like, oh, I think I've been hacked, guys. He tries to hit it again. And it's like, oh, now they've locked me out. No, I've definitely been hacked. And he sticks, dude, he punches the screen so hard. And it's not like the screens now. It's not like these like little flimsy ones that like crack really easy. It's like the ones that had like the like 2 or 3 inch thick like glass in front of it.
Those
And you
thick
just hear
ones.
like dink. And I was like, oh, he broke his hand. I was like, he's playing it off, but he broke his hand right there. And he's like, ah, and like breaks his keyboard. Oh, it's that those videos were funny, but it also made me think. It's like, thank God I'm not that guy.
Mm.
Yeah, he like it was crazy, and there was a lot of videos like that. I remember like what because I used to like raid and stuff like that. I remember like being like, oh, this is gonna be so funny. Like watch these raid videos and watch this guy rage because he didn't get his loot or something like that. And I would watch this for hours.
Wow.
It'd be like, oh, kill Jaden, like Rogue doesn't get dagger from kill Jaden, rage, must watch. Like, click, like every time.
Click.
And it would always be like, give me that dagger. And it's like you didn't roll on it. And it'd be like, I want it anyway. Like that's every time. It's the same problem. Yeah,
Because those raids were serious business.
they
You
took
put in like 16 hours of raiding, and you don't get your stuff.
See, I only went like 4 at the most. We didn't.
You
I
gotta
was
play back in those like that vanilla WoW.
I did not play in
Those,
vanilla.
you do like
I'm going to though.
really? Oh yeah, because they're doing that, right? I'm not going to. I can't go back to those days. Those
Well,
were dark times.
Here's the problem. It takes 3 months if you know what you're doing to level. That's 3 months from a streamer, like a guy who only plays video games all day. 3 months. Turn that to a guy that
So they're
doesn't
not increasing the experience cap or anything. They're just
I hope
like,
that they do, but I think that they're gonna do what private servers do, and they're gonna be like ×3, ×5, and 1.
yeah.
Because my thing is that there's no way that most people that you would have to either dedicate your time to just World of Warcraft and probably like call into work once a week in order to like be able to raid in that level of vanilla WoW.
It's not worth.
Not worth at all.
I definitely don't have time for that.
Because well, and here's my thing too. Is like growing up, I would raid and like I played in Wrath of the Lich King, and I'd be like, oh, okay, like, you know, like I raid. You know, I was only in middle school, high school kind of thing. So it's like I didn't have any like obligations or responsibility. I just had decent grades. I would stay up till like midnight, wake up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. to get ready for school, like every kid who played video games did. And then like now that I'm an adult and I go to work and stuff like that, I'm like, there's no way that I could be like the adults that I played WoW with, and just, dude, because it took so much more time, hours upon hours. Like I would play from like I'd get home from school like 3 and play like 3 to 7 and then eat dinner and then like get right back on. Like there's no way as an adult with kids or like with a spouse.
Yeah, how are they doing that? Because I knew people that would play and do that too.
Some of my
that would be on like more than I was as a kid. I'm like, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, I had good friends that I played WoW with that were like in their 30s and like, or in their like early or in their late 20s, and were like moms or dads, and like that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not like the old days, man. And if I had a girlfriend or something like that, would like forever single. Don't get me wrong, guys, but
yeah, Hannah wouldn't let me do that.
I would not be able to justify. I'd not be, honey, we're raining here. Like if you can't handle me ignoring you for 9 hours while you stare at me, hoping that I get out of this chair, then like you don't love me. Like you know what I mean?
I know.
You can't justify that.
I remember those too. Because I don't know, your family asked something, you're like, I'm in a dungeon right now. I'm playing with real people. I just can't get up and leave. It makes me cringe thinking back to those times, actually.
It does make me cringe because I learned from it. But I remember when I got my first.
Does for me a little bit.
I got my first job, and I wasn't scheduled that day. But I remember him briefly asking me, like, "Hey, do you want to work? Like, you want to work some extra hours?" And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And he gave me a time, and I didn't remember that day. And I remember I'm sitting there, like, okay, guys, you're going to get a graphic, okay? I'm in my underwear, like, on my computer, playing World of Warcraft, eating Chinese food. And I get a call from my boss. And he's like, you forget about something today? And I was like, no, what? And he's like, told me you'd work tonight. And I was like, do I have to? And he was like, well, you gave me your word. And I was like, so I'll be there in like 20 minutes. And I was like tanking a raid or a dungeon. I was like, sorry guys, boss is a dick. Have to leave. My boss is a total dick. And then because I thought I was so cool, I was 17 years old at the job. I was like, I'm so cool. I'm an adult. No, and then
grown man.
Dude, but yeah, that's cringy though to me because I did that a lot. And I did that a lot. I missed out on some high school fun stuff because of that game, but I loved it. It's one of my favorite games.
Yeah, that's one of those things. I look back and I cringe, but also I enjoyed it. But yeah, should we actually go back to shows? We've been like not talking about shows. Should we do a last several?
Yeah, one last show that we'll talk about because we went on. I just went on a tangent. We go retro. We go retro.
One? Oh yeah, we did this one already. Oh yeah, you did that one. What's one? Do we each get one? You can do one.
No, you can do one, and I'll just talk about it for a second. I probably
do two then.
Okay.
Cat dog.
Cat dog.
Cat dog. Cat dog. Alone in the world with a little cat dog.
It's like K9, B9, little cat dog. Boom.
Yeah, I don't remember like 2 lines from that song.
I remember the whole song. I can sing it perfectly.
Do it right now. Sing it up.
I don't
sing it up.
I don't sing.
Sing it up. Well, no, just speak it in English.
It was like one fine day with Wolf and a Purr. Baby was born. I was a little stir.
Oh yeah, you know it so good.
I know. Yeah. Well, I just no bullcrap. I just had this argument with a guy at work. He's older. He's probably in his 40s. And he was like, that show was the stupidest show I've ever seen. And I was like, it's a cartoon. They're allowed to be stupid.
It's so good, though.
Yeah, everybody who was like our age was like, it's supposed to be stupid. They don't have to make sense. It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's like an escape from reality.
I like when they get stuck inside like that traffic circle and they're in the middle and there's like no escape because the traffic's so heavy, and then they're on like a deserted like island. It's like they're shipwrecked kind of.
And can we also agree that show is the definition of cats versus dogs. Because, like, dog was just happy to be alive, just content as ever. He never, like, hated anything. He was just super happy to be alive. And cat was just a dick. He just hated everything, wanted nothing to do with anybody, always negative, always like a pussy willow about everything. Jenny the Teenage Robot was another good one. I watched it. That was a show just like Super Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
I remember that one.
That I didn't think got as much recognition as it deserved. I would definitely say that.
Lullaby channel. I'll be fine. Hey, what's that about? You hate cats.
What's your other one?
Oh wait.
Are you playing it?
Do you remember? No.
I was say.
No, I'm watching the Family Guy reference for Cat Dog.
I haven't watched Family
Wait,
Guy
see.
in years.
Come out of the dogs in a cat dog when a cat poops.
It was in Family Guy. They were talking about like Peter's drunk, and he was just like, "With cat dog, what happens when the cat poops? Does it come out of the dog's mouth, and vice versa? Because that's some kind of living hell, Brian. That's some kind of living hell."
That's actually a pretty good one. SpongeBob was life. I was just talking to Krackakhan last night about how my sick.
You were sending me so many memes, right? Who was doing that? Or was that Hannah? I don't know what was happening. Something was happening.
I sent you a couple, but I had like the sick Burger King watch that was Patrick, and the movie came out when I was in the 5th grade.
Shrek is life.
It's
all ogre now.
And McHanner, this is what happened to me, and it's like I went to school and I wore that Patrick watch like it was going out of style. Like I wore it constantly. I just thought I was the coolest kid in the world. And I remember like being on the bus. I rode the Bruff Kid bus to school, and I remember like the kids looking at my watch and they were like, "You're a girl. You're a little girl. You suck." And like, dude, they just like ripped me a new one. And I don't think I ever wore that watch to school again.
Oh,
they're just like, SpongeBob, stupid. Grow up.
Wow. How old were you?
I was like 12, man.
Why would they do this to you?
They were 14. It was just such a different like age jump, I guess. They were like, "You grow up, stuff's stupid." I had like a SpongeBob shirt on too. They were just like, just, like,
you were dressed as SpongeBob.
Dude, SpongeBob sucks. I still have to watch somewhere. I should wear it if it works.
Put a new battery in it. Get it ready to go.
Well, send me the pic. I want it.
What?
The picture.
Which one?
The can or just yeah.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
I want tasty memes.
How dank do you want it?
I want pretty dank. If I what defines dankness?
I don't know. It's juicy. It's a nice moist meme for you.
Oh my god! That is so perfect. Please tell me that you guys are gonna get that done to one of your cars. Please.
Hannah, do you want that on your car?
I would take.
I don't think it would look right on mine.
I would take a big like picture of Patrick, just like the one with his eyes like really. I think they're really really small and his mouth's open. I would just take that on the side of my car.
Hannah, that's your Christmas present. You're just gonna wake up on Christmas morning, and those are gonna be your rims on your car.
And I'm gonna hand paint Patrick on the side of your car.
Oh, your car is getting repainted too. Don't worry about that. It won't clash with anything.
I'm just gonna be like, "Yep, starfish," like smile, and it's gonna have Patrick on his chest, and then I'm just gonna have a sponge on there too.
Just a little sponge, just an actual sponge is gonna be sitting
in there. Like actual drawing of a sponge, just a square one, no legs or arms or anything.
Let's see. We're gonna do 2 more now because I'm excited, and that's it. Did you watch Zoids?
Oh, of course I watched
Zoids.
Yeah, of course.
That was like the best thing. That was my jam when I was little.
Dude, I remember we got in trouble for it, but we set up this like Zoids fighting thing for recess because they're like, you can bring a toy to recess as long as it's like yay big, like not very big. So I had a lot of Zoids. Me and Necro we called ourselves Zoid mechanics, but we would like fix them up, right? and I had the Berserk Fury, which is like it's a really big one. It's sizable. And no, it wasn't the Berserk Fury. I had the Mammoth one. It was like a legendary one, super huge, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, I remember the teacher was like, "You can bring your Zoids as long as they're like this big." And I was like, "All right, well, little Mr. Rule Breaker over here." I was like, "I'll bring mine." I had a bunch. I had like multiples of some of them. I had like an army of them. Well,
I like those wolf ones.
yeah, I had a Command Wolf.
Command Wolf, Konig Wolf. Those were awesome.
Well, I was like, and my friend Necro
so
had
cool.
the one that flew, right? And I was like, guys, like the gang of friends I had, I was like, boys, bring your Zoids. Like we're like we're playing for keeps. Like we're gonna just take over this playground, right? So like I remember I like so stupid, right? Like I brought like 2 backpacks to school. One had my Zoid in it, the other had my stuff in it. And I'm like,
boys, bring your Zoids.
yeah, I'm like wearing it, and I walk and I like set it down like by my desk, and I get everything. Like, and she's like, "Oh, what's in that?" I was like, "Oh, my lunch." Like I lied. I was like, "Oh, my lunch." You know, like my book bag was too full. I was just trying to get ahead on my homework. Like, oh, I was shit in her or something. Well, dude, we get out to like that thing, and I'm like, fucking unzip it, and like, and like have my Zoid, which is like toppling over everybody else, and I was like, this is our base now. And like, start like they couldn't argue that I wasn't killing them. And then I got detention.
What? Why?
Yeah, because
Why?
I broke her rule and lied to her.
That's stupid.
About
it's worth
bringing
it. She should understand it for the Zoids.
Well, we got it banned because other kids were like getting upset too, because we would play and like we watched the Zoids where it was teams of 3, so it was Jaren, Necro, and I. We were a team, and we would always be like, "No, you guys lost to us. Like, we're the best team ever." And then kids would get mad and tell the teacher, and the teachers got fed up with it. They're like, "We get paid minimum wage to deal with this shit. Like, we're done. We're not doing it anymore." But I love Zoid.
Zoids is so good. There was a Game Boy Color game that was kind of like Pokemon. You would like battle like these wild Zoids or something, and you'd like get control of them or something, and then you could use them, and you could like evolve them and stuff. That game was the shit.
Okay,
I was playing
I remember
was
playing
good.
that. It was pretty good. And
It's good.
yeah,
I'm gonna play it right now.
I might. I think I still have my Game Boy Color.
But do you?
I
Have
might
that?
still have that game.
Really?
We keep a lot of my console stuff.
Yeah, I
I
still have
also
all my stuff too.
I had the Mega Man NT Warrior stuff too. I always bought into that stuff. If it was anything like gadget and anything multiplayer, I was into it. Like I was drawn to it. Anything like that. I didn't even really like the Mega Man games too much. That was it. Yeah. Pokemon cards, all that stuff. Addicted to it. But yeah, I'm Zoid's grand champion of the Midwest. To let your friends know.
That's a challenge. Boys, get
Dude,
your
you-
Zoids. We
Face
gotta
off
go
against
fight
that-
the champion.
You wanna go fight the mammoth? Because you'll lose.
I'm gonna bring all my command wolves. I'm gonna bring the
I could take at least 50.
Stegosaurus ones with all the guns on his back.
I had a lot. I don't know what happened to them, but I had a lot of them.
All right.
Oh,
One more for our last several minutes.
yeah, you name one.
Captain Planet.
Captain Planet? I
Captain
liked it.
Planet.
I enjoyed
He's our
it.
hero. He's
Gonna
gonna
take
take pollution down to zero. Yes, he is. You know. Captain Planet was. I like it in hindsight a lot more than at the time. I think even.
Yeah,
it's-
because
it's funny.
yeah, we gotta.
He
not
was just trying to save the and then you get Don Cheadle. Doing
Don
that thing.
Cheadle.
He's just like, don't summon me again. Or I'm gonna bring that pain.
I remember that actually. You linked me that.
That's my
He's
favorite thing
he's like,
ever.
I'm gonna bring the pain.
Yeah, he turned everyone to a tree.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, it worked.
He's
It kept
air
them-
humping and shooting lasers and turning people into trees.
Yeah, it
That's
worked
the
though.
shit. I know there's no more pollution. Everyone's a tree.
But and me and Necro argue about this, and I want your opinion.
All right.
The one who had the power of heart. Necro
He's so
says he was
bad.
worthless. I say he was the most powerful.
No, he's so bad. Do you remember him in
He
that
can
Don Cheadle
contact
one?
animals.
Everyone in the Don Cheadle parody, everyone was just like, it was like, earth, fire, wind and
Water.
water, and then he's like heart. He says
well-
it's so gay.
Dude, he was
But it's
so
just-
powerful. He
No,
could tell
he's
like
not
an orca
good.
whale to rip your head off, and it would listen.
They could just light it on fire.
You can't light an orca whale on fire. It's in water.
You could light the water on fire.
That's
I'll
impossible.
light your fart on fire with my rhymes.
It's a good one. Froggy Fresh.
That Froggy Fresh reference
He's
is
terrific.
just too good.
But no, Hart was so useful. What are you talking about?
No, Heart sucks.
You suck.
He didn't make the bad guys feel bad about what they did for polluting
No,
with
he
his
would
heart.
he would get like the troop of monkeys to like bash him with
Why is that
stone.
even Heart? They could have just gotten Eliza Thornberry and
I think it's like
replaced
soul.
him.
I think it's like I can communicate with animals. That I thought it was cool. Why would you hate him?
that's the worst one.
I feel like this is a
The
witch
fire
pursuit.
guy is the best one.
Did you get the South Park reference?
What'd you say? I didn't hear.
I was like, I feel like this is a witch pursuit.
A Witch Pursuit? I don't know. Which one was that in?
It's the new Halloween episode.
Oh, I haven't
Hilarious.
seen the new one.
You they're literally some of the best South Park episodes that exist.
Is PC Principal still alive?
Yes, he is.
Oh no, he's still Principal?
Yeah, he's still principal. He's gonna stay principal probably. The newest episode's all about him. But
no, he's too
no, in
strong.
this new one, they dress up as witches and they drink whiskey and smoke crack and like put hexes on their wives as a joke. And then one actually does witchcraft and like starts kidnapping children and stuff.
Whoa. I'll watch that with Hannah. Hannah likes South Park now. I showed her the World of Warcraft episode, which is the greatest one.
It's
Also the
kinda-
Mormon episode.
A lot of that stuff is actual like in the Book of Mormon. I'm not saying it's wrong or anything like that. It's up for your interpretation, but a lot of that stuff is actually in the book. But I love South Park. Me and
South
Necro
Park's
watched.
so good. I gotta watch it.
crap
I haven't watched it in forever, and I need to.
Do you guys have Hulu?
No. Who
I
has
would
Hulu?
suggest-
Do you have Hulu?
Hulu is superior to Netflix in
You're
every
the
way.
only person in my entire life who I've met that has
Hulu
Hulu.
is 100% superior to Netflix. 100%.
I've never known anyone.
Almost all the TV shows that we've named today are on Hulu. Hulu has all the Fox X-Men shows that have came out that are really good.
Hulu doesn't have Stranger Things. Ooh.
Stranger Things, I will say you should have both. I would. Because when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh back in school, you know, to know opposite sides.
That's cool.
That's sick. That's BA.
Yeah.
I wish we had something like that comical. That's
I'm
sick.
proud of you, Comical.
I loved Yu-Gi-Oh too. But no, if you look at the listing of shows that Hulu has better TV shows, especially because they go more for like our age groups shows. Like they have X-Men Evolution, the original X-Men show, they have the original Spider-Man show. They've got
Ooh.
they've got
The
all
Spider-Man
regular
was good. That was a good old show as well.
They've got
You get those ones
regular
with Venom and Carnage on there?
Yeah,
was
they've
good.
got regular show, Adventure Time, Chowder. They've got like all the Cartoon Network shows are on there. They've got a lot of the Adult Swim shows. Like they have all of C Lab 2021. Yeah, I'm telling you. And also Netflix just upped their price to where it is just as much as Hulu without ads. Like they're exactly the same now. Guard Dog, what's going on, dude? You're just
At the
coming
very
to
end.
yeah, the very end times of the stream. But we were talking about our favorite TV shows, and then now I went on a tangent about how much I like Hulu. And also, it has every season of South Park, every single season of South Park.
I need to get caught up. So behind. Whoa.
I'm messing with people.
Oh, shit.
Well, I'm not giving you that option to do that to us. Sorry.
What do you say? Oh.
Said messing with people. I don't.
And then you just...
Yeah,
You're
I'm
so
sorry.
quick with the band.
I don't deal with stuff like that very, very well. My own channel, Comical, can say that if someone comes in and says trolling or messing around, you just
Wow.
get out.
You're intense.
Dude, I had someone threatening my life when I used to stream.
Oh shit! You don't mess around anymore.
Yeah, I don't, because it makes your prepare ourselves.
Hey,
Prepare
we're getting hosted.
Are we?
Getting a top hat.
What? I didn't see it.
That zombie just popped up.
I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. Thank you for the host.
Yeah. Now we just got to keep going for another hour. We'll just go through everything.
Well, I can go for a little bit longer. I'm just really tired. Yeah, well, that's the thing, comical. Like, yeah. Kinky, right?
What?
That's what they're saying. Kitty, thank you for the host. Kitty's awesome. She really is. I hope Guard Dog wasn't one of her, like, fans.
Yeah.
I flat out banned him. Dude, like I said, though, when I streamed on Bull Moose every day, there was this one guy who would make accounts and jump on there and be like,
hey, it's
send me
Kitty.
private messages about how he's going to come to America and kill me. Like, I just don't deal with trolls anymore. Hey! Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just me. I don't deal with them. I don't like to deal with them.
What did he say again? Oh, messing around. What did he say? I'm
messing with people.
I'm messing with people. And you're just like, no.
I was like, nope, not with these people. No, exactly. Kitty's got it right, dude. No troll tolerance, because in my stream, we let a guy like troll around and stuff like that because he came to every stream, and then he started getting really, really crappy with the females that were in my stream, and like it was Kitty and Larksa, and like they're two of my like friends. Like I've literally known them since I started streaming, and he would be like, "What do you know?" and like getting really crappy with him one day. So I was like, "No, I'm done. Like if you're gonna be a crappy person in the chat, then we're just gonna give you a little ban hammer."
Mm-hmm. Just a little hammer though.
If you let one troll in, then all the trolls want to come into the chat, and that's when you just gotta ban them. You can't have a zero tolerance policy.
Should we do another show since we're going slightly longer?
Let's do one more since Kitty gave us the host.
All right, we'll see. Switching
Okay,
those devices. Let's see. Dexter's Laboratory. That's the one.
Terrific show. Terrific.
Good
because
show.
It had so many options. You could do anything with it.
He could.
And Dee Dee, I would kill Dee Dee. Like, I straight up would kill.
Just straight up murder your sister.
Dude, she ruined everything. I'm sitting here trying to be a super genius.
That timing was funny.
Then I got Mandark across the street trying to ruin me.
Yeah.
I got enough stressors in my life. Then I got
that timing was great. I'd just kill my sister. Thumbs up.
Well, no, your sister in that show is like the cat. Like, you know, like cats, like they just like slowly push stuff like off the edge of a table.
Yeah.
That's your sister. Like, she just wants to destroy things.
I know. She's just awful.
And then, yeah, when he gets rid of her, he's like actually creating things and inventing things, and he gets upset about it. Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage.
I still say, but
so
it was
good.
awesome. I like the episode where they go to Japan. Terrific episode. They go to Japan, have a lot of fun. And that's like, and then he had like that side character that was his pet monkey, that was a superhero, which I thought was awesome.
You want a pet monkey superhero?
Yeah, it would be awesome. He had like that weird girlfriend kind of thing that was a human. Made no sense at all, but it was something. It was something interesting.
Wait, it was weird that his girlfriend was a human?
The monkey's girlfriend was a human.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Dexter. I was like, what would you expect?
Yeah, well, no. And then that's the thing. Dexter's the super genius, but he doesn't know that his monkey has superpowers.
Mm.
He doesn't know.
I forgot. What is that monkey's name? I'm just going to type in Dexter's monkey and see what happens.
That's a questionable search on Google, my friend.
M for monkey. Is that its name? No, that doesn't make sense, right? Dial M for monkey is the name of that little mini-series. What's his name? Is it just Monkey? Maybe it is just Monkey. I think you're right.
Yeah, he had a monkey.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right.
And Mandark had like a bird that was like the monkey's a nemesis.
Really? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Wow, you're into this lore.
I watched a lot of cartoons as a kid.
I like that episode where he builds those robots, but they're lazy and they don't want to do work, and they go to that biker bar, and then they like sing a song where it's like, "You're riding that hog."
I remember that too.
That song was legit.
That was such an interesting show. It was weird, and like you said, he's a super genius. He can do whatever. The episodes that I found that were odd though were like the ones about his mom, like where his mom like does like hates to have her gloves taken off. She's like a germaphobe.
Yeah, that was a weird backstory.
I have not seen season 5 yet of Samurai Jack. We were just talking about that
It's
earlier
so
in the
good,
stream, though,
though.
Comical. I didn't know it was over, and I wanted to binge watch it because I knew if it came out one episode at a time, I would just get really upset with myself because I'd have to wait.
Oh yeah, did you see like they played this on an ad on like Cartoon Network, but they had that like Dexter's Secret Formula music video. It was just like that dude just
Yeah, I can hear it in my head
like,
playing right now.
I got a secret formula with a little bit of high and a little bit of low.
I didn't know
That
he said
one's
high and
dank.
low. I just said
I think he
and,
says that.
at that
Oh,
point.
really?
No, you're probably right. I just said
I'm gonna listen to this faintly in the background. It's so good.
That is a good song. I'm gonna listen to it too.
I'm gonna link it. This is like my favorite thing when I think of Cartoon Network. Formula.
Is that Andre?
Oh, you maybe you're
3000?
right. Huh?
It's Andre 3000.
Is it?
Yeah. It might. Is it? I don't know. I hope it is. I'm very tired. Oh, it's Will I Am. I'm sorry.
Well, I am. Yeah. Wasn't he advertising some kind of like smartwatch? Like a few years ago?
I think
Forget.
so. And I don't think it was a very good
You know, it didn't
smartwatch.
catch on at all. It was like complicated and crappy. This song is so good.
It is, because Will I Am, man. It's in the Black Eyed Peas. This is such a good song.
I know. And he's like,
Okay, in my related videos on this, it is Dan Schneider's Fanatical Foot Frenzy.
what?
Fanatical.
Why? That song's so good. All right. Hannah, you remember
we're
this
back.
song?
Yeah, that
That one's good. This is legit.
that is Dexter's Lab was fantastic.
Yes.
And then Power, I don't know. I think yeah, I agree. Markication.
Markication?
What?
Markication.
Markication. I agree.
I don't
Will
know.
I Am's awesome. That's like
Yeah.
the
Oh, that song is so good.
I remember that song. There was a couple of songs that they had. I'm trying to
yeah.
remember the
What's
other
another one?
ones though. I can't.
There was one for Magilla Gorilla. I'm gonna try and find it. It's
Magilla
like
Gorilla for sale.
Yeah, Magilla Gorilla for sale. I got a gorilla for sale.
I liked Magilla Gorilla. I remember there's a place
Yes.
like somewhat close to where I live called Kings Island, and they had a whole like part of the theme park that was themed off of like Boomerang cartoons, and they had this place called Magilla Gorilla's Burger Stand, and Magilla Gorilla sat out in front of it and like welcomed you in, and it was the most delicious burger and the most delicious fries I've ever had in my life. All right, we'll call you Mark, man.
Sorry, I'm listening to Magilla Gorilla for sale.
Oh, comical. I was into Sailor Moon. Fighting Evil by Moonlight. Romancing something in daylight. Here to fight the good fight. We're the one called Sailor Moon. That's like
I
that's like
don't
the theme,
understand still.
it's the theme song for Sailor Moon. I was singing it before the stream started.
Yeah, you were.
Did you not hear it on my mic?
Telling me?
Yeah, I was going to like I was like doing the dance moves and everything.
I just thought you were weird. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
I am weird. You are 100%. You are right on that.
I just remember what you opened your door and said. That was my favorite.
Oh. I'll tell the stream. I don't
Do
know if we'll
it.
get in trouble for
It's my
saying it, but-
favorite.
Okay, so me and my mother have a very we're like friends. We talk and like we joke around with each other like buddies would, okay? So typically I say something, I usually say something to like my mom to let her know that like we're doing something and please like do not like come in the room or anything like that. So I told my mom, I opened the door and I was like, Mom, we're watching porn in here. Don't come in. And she's like, what? I was like, we're watching porn in here. Don't come in. And she's like, okay.
She's like, all right. And I'm like, your mom's the best. She was so chill with
she
it.
knows we're probably not watching porn. But
That's what she thinks.
Mark, thank you for the follow, bud.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, she knows we're probably not watching that.
We were talking about that one search engine.
Yeah, the one that I use that's always gives me like a
Yeah.
porn link every time I can look up like Subway restaurant. And I'm looking at it and there's gonna be a foot long, but it ain't gonna be a sandwich. Like that's like every time. Like
That's
definitely.
great.
Man, I have nothing. Like I have stuff, but just not for today.
You need to save it?
Yeah, if we're gonna do another episode, I need to like push back save a little bit.
You have energy for the Street Sharks?
As long as it's pretty short.
I had a Street Sharks lunchbox, and I had Street Shark Pogs. I was ready to go. Did you have Pogs?
Of course I had Pogs.
Yeah,
It's the
I was ready to
90s.
go. It was a holographic Street Shark Pog. I was ready to go, man.
It's called like Ecosia, Mark, and it's like it's supposed to
For research.
for research.
I
Yeah,
need to-
I understand. It's for like every 75 searches you make, it's supposed to plant a tree. So I was like, all right, I'll try it out. And I think they have my searches at like 400 and something, but legit like someone called me stocky. And I was like, I don't know if I meet the standards of being stocky anymore, right? Do that research. I was like, stocky definition, hit images, and it's just this dude holding his stuff. And he is a stocky man. And he's just holding his
He's a
stuff. And I'm like, oh,
stocky man.
God. I was like, oh, man. I was like, what the heck is going on here? But Street Sharks. Street Sharks was good. I really enjoyed it. I liked Ninja Turtles.
It was
way more.
budget Ninja Turtles.
It was.
It knew its
budget.
place. It was budget Ninja Turtles.
Well, they also had budget Street Sharks, which was
Street
budget.
Whales.
It was it was like the dinosaur dudes.
Dinosaur what is that show? There's a show where it's like that stupid, ugly looking dinosaur family. What is that called? We had a lunchbox of that from my sister. What is this?
No, are you bad mouthing that?
Yes.
That show was awesome.
No.
That show was
They're ugly.
really good.
I hate them.
It was the best show ever.
What's it called? I'm just typing in
I'm
I
the
need
baby,
ugly
gotta love
dinosaurs.
me.
What is it? Baby dinosaur? What is it?
No, it's called Dinosaurs. It's Dinosaurs. It's a terrific show. It was like,
They're so ugly.
it doesn't matter. This
Ugh,
show
they're
was
so gross
fantastic.
looking. I hate. Ew, look at the baby.
Oh, it's like the best. We're
Okay,
gonna
I
just
Googled
it's the best show ever.
I'm watching a tidbit
He used to
of it.
always whoop the dad with like a pan. Also,
Ew.
guys,
There's a
spoiler.
song that the baby's singing. It's awful. But anyway.
I'm the baby, gotta love me. Oh, so
Yes,
cute,
it's
Kelly.
that
I'm
one.
the baby, gotta love me. Yes, I know that song.
It's scarring me.
I,
I watched 2 seconds of it and it scarred me. Why do you
No.
love this so much?
I loved it as a kid, man. I was fascinated by it. But you know what's really sad?
Mark said that's the definition of stocky, is that image. Maybe that's it. Like you just turn, you're like, that can't be right. You open the dictionary, it's just there looking at you.
It's, oh my god, it's criminy. Like, but no, that show, the terrible part of it is that when the end of the series, instead of them like, oh, we're all growing up, they die.
They go extinct?
A meteor hits and it starts to snow and they're getting like really cold.
That's morbid.
It is. They
That's
just die.
dark.
They starve to death.
That's just like how every kid show should die. Should
Well, no.
die. Should end.
That
All the
baby
protagonists
is hilarious.
die.
I can't believe that that we've been friends for this long, and I did not know that you hated that show. I loved
I don't
it.
like it. I've never seen it, but we had a lunchbox with that picture on it, and I didn't like it. That's my only exposure to it. I was like, I don't like this dinosaur family. I don't know what they're up to, but I'm against it.
Oh, I loved it. It was probably
That baby is terrifying. They're like
It's
they're like
voiced
really
by
crappy,
Elmo.
like animatronic too. Why are
it's
they?
voiced by Elmo.
What? He's voiced by
Yeah.
Elmo?
Yeah, the guy who plays Elmo.
No means
Same-
no
same
for
dude.
Elmo.
Dude, it's terrific. Yu-Gi-Oh is amazing, but hey, We will make Yu-Gi-Oh the topic of discussion at the start of the next stream.
Yeah, we didn't even bring it up. We didn't bring up Pokemon either.
We didn't bring up Pokemon. We didn't bring up Yu-Gi-Oh. We didn't bring up Duel Masters.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Rocco's Modern Life. We didn't bring up Gundam.
Johnny Bravo. Angry
Johnny
Beavers.
Bravo.
Hey Arnold.
We've got a million things we can bring up next stream. We did this one for almost 2 hours, and we went on tangents at times, which is fine.
A lot of them, which is good. I like those. I enjoy the tangents.
I will say Yu-Gi-Oh TV show over Pokemon TV show.
But where's Digimon in that? Trumps all of
Digimon's
them?
number one.
Exactly.
Everybody knows how I feel about that. Digimon
Exactly.
is number one. I'm going to get the It's Birdie Terriermon tattooed somewhere on my person. I'm going to ask him for permission, but like I will eventually.
Ask who for permission?
It's
Digimon?
Birdie. He's like an artist. He has
Oh.
like, it's like, I don't know. Because if I ever go to prison, I definitely wouldn't have prison cred. Like I wouldn't have prison cred if I got that tattooed on my body.
With who?
It's anyone. It's
Aryan
like a
Brotherhood.
cute, like Pikachu thing. If I had that tattooed anywhere on my body,
Believe
there'd
in
be
the
like
heart of
this.
the cards. I'm gonna get that. Not really though.
Get heart of the cards across your chest.
I'm gonna get a tramp stamp of that.
I'm just gonna start dressing like Bandit Keith.
You're gonna start
I'm just
dressing
gonna
like
wear
Keith
the American
Urban.
flag bandana, the glasses, and I'm gonna cheat at everything I've ever done. Okay,
Yes. We didn't
can
even do
talk-
Ed, Ed and Eddie.
We didn't do Ed and Eddie. We didn't do.
Oh,
We've
we didn't
got
do
another
Real
hour.
Monsters. We didn't do Rocket Power. Oh,
We've got,
man.
no, and also I'm gonna point out something in Yu-Gi-Oh before we get off here. How, about to the F word, how screwed up is it?
We didn't do Dragon Ball Z.
We didn't do Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball.
Oh,
we didn't do.
man.
Yeah, we didn't
We
do
didn't
a lot.
Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron.
King of the Hill. I'm counting it. Simpsons. Simpsons was
Simpsons.
my jam.
Futurama.
Yeah, we didn't do Futurama.
We didn't do a lot of them. We'll get on them
So
though.
good.
But the thing that got me was you know when Joey beats the undead monsters with the Time Wizard and Baby Dragon in the cave, the dudes who use the zombies, right? Well, he beats them. Bandit Keith leaves them caved in that cave with no help to die, and we don't know if they get off the island. Because from my understanding, once Pegasus lost, that island's just, it's done. So those guys are dead, like just sitting in that cave still. And that's just morbid. It's just morbid. I love that show. I used to go to Yu-Gi-Oh nights at Toys R Us all the time. Yeah, I think it's cool that Twitch does TV shows now. Like they do like a screening of it. They're like dead. They literally are dead. Left them knocked out in a caved-in cave. I think he took their lantern too.
Wow. That's messed up.
But we're gonna
Ren
get
and
off.
Stimpy? Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, we've got a lot still.
Oh, man, we got some work ahead of us here.
Next Wednesday, guys, we will be doing another Quest cast. We didn't do it for 3 weeks because I was sick.
It was like I was sick, you were sick, and then it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it sucked. It was a very bad series of events, but we appreciate you guys.
Unfortunate series of events?
Unfortunate series of events, yes. We appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with us. We really
thanks,
do.
guys.
We're going to be streaming something tomorrow, like some game, probably a game that me and Krackakhan will play together.
Do you want to do Divine Divinity?
I'm fine with that.
All right,
I really am. It's a good game. I played a little bit of it already.
We'll have to... You son of a birch. You're going to have to roleplay super hard.
I'm not role playing.
I'm just kidding.
But thank you guys so much.
We're not sick anymore, but we appreciate it, Comical.
Yeah.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I feel better. I lost my voice again. I lost my voice and had to stop streaming on my original channel for like 4 weeks. Like, it was almost a month. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna host Hecatomb. But you guys have a great rest of your night. If you will for me, please go tell Hecka hey and say Bull Moose says hi and
Hecka
hope
hey.
he's doing all right.
Say hecka hey. All right.
See you guys.
See you, everybody. Thanks for watching.